Welcome back to the YouTube, the 6 Figures in 6 Minutes series. Today we're going to cover why you need a niche and you can't just work with fucking anybody that you decide to. Okay, so this comes from the ability to market, right? When you are a personal trainer that works in a gym, you have a niche. You think you don't because you think, oh, I just work with everyone, but you don't. You work with people that live near that gym, that have access to that gym at the times where you are available to work, that are looking for a personal trainer that can afford a personal trainer. So that takes a lot of people down to a very, very small window of hours available, want a personal trainer, have the money to actually purchase one, okay? If you then went further and niched down even further and like, right, well, I only work with dads out of that group of people, you would probably not have a fucking business. So that's why your niche is based around your geographical and monetary kind of situations, all right? When you go online, it's a completely different kettle of fish because you can work with anyone from anywhere. And while some coaches still do very well in their local area and it can work, the beauty of being online is that you can work with anyone from anywhere, which means that then you need to start narrowing down who you're going to particularly market towards. And that's where we get into the niche. And that's why a niche is important. It's because you have a corner of the market that you can get hold of and you can really, really make yourself an expert in. Okay, so 3 questions you need to ask yourself, and I'm going to assume that you have a moderate level of confidence in your abilities, because when I ask these questions, if your confidence is rock bottom, your answer is going to come up as no one. So really just imagine that you have a borderline level of confidence, right? You need to ask yourself, who is my skill set best suited to? Who can I actually access? And who do I have the authority for somebody to actually fucking listen to me? All right. They're 3 questions that I would ask yourself when you're deciding to choose your niche. Okay. Who is your skill set best served to? Okay. Because you will have a natural skill set as a coach. You might be better at nutrition. You might be better at building relationships with people. You might be better at programming. Who does that particularly lend itself to? Second question, who do I have access to? So all well and good wanting to be an S&C coach for professional footballers, but how many of them do you know? Probably fucking none, which means that it's not really an audience that's worthwhile going after. So you need to think about, who can I actually access? What audience can I put myself in front of? Okay. And then the third question, who do you have a level of authority over to get them to listen to you? Like with business, if I'm going to coach people about business, it would be extremely fucking helpful if I'd have grown my own business. And I also had people that known I'd grown my own business, because then they're going to be able to listen to me and respect what I say. Who is that to you? Okay. Who are the people that could potentially look up to you and look to you as an aspirational figure? Because that's always a good thing to think about with your audience as well. So those 3 questions, try and answer all 3 of those and it should match up. Okay. So it should be a skill set. You should have access to them and they should actually kind of look to you as some sort of authority figure for you to be able to kind of really scale that audience well. Now, the final bit of that is just deciding how you're going to go about coaching that, okay? So I would always look for 3 things, and I'm going to rush this because it took me ages to kind of think about what the last point was. So first thing, key identifier. Who do they identify as a human, all right? We all have multiple identifiers, okay? I am a partner, I'm a son, I'm a dog dad, I'm a broken down old athlete, I'm a business owner, okay? But which is the one that, you know, is the focus of me at the moment? And some people will shift between these depending on what stage of their life in. That's cool. But you need to pick the key identifier that you're really going to hone in on. So are you going to hone in on the father element? Are you going to hone in on the broken down athlete element? Are you going to hone in on the business element? Okay. And you need to go all in on that key identifier. Don't try and hit everybody's key identifier. You need to pick the one, and the people that are in that kind of frame of mind will gravitate towards your program. So key identifier. You need to find out what they want, okay, and why they want it. That's really, really key. And you also need to find out what they don't want to do, okay? So busy business owners are going to want to be in really good shape. They don't do things by halves. They don't settle, okay? They're not going to get super, super shredded, but they want to be in, you know, better shape than 90% of the population because they want to have better businesses than 90% of the population. That's people that they are. However, they are not going to want to give up on the things that they have worked really hard to be able to do, like go on holidays, like go out and eat at nice restaurants. Do they really care about having sushi for lunch every day? No, they don't give a fuck about that. But they're definitely not going to want to give up the things that make their life worth living. That's how you tie it all into a niche. So that's one as an example. You need to do this for yourself. you need to sit down and have a long, hard look at yourself and think, who is this? Do not take another step further in your process of building this business without being really super crystal clear on who that is. Because the ones that we find that are struggling later down the line is because they built out whole programs and whole content strategies and a load of shit without doing this first. Okay? Do this. Then if you want to know the next steps about what you need to do to actually get this off the ground and get it moving, make sure you subscribe to the channel, notify yourself, and we'll do the rest of the videos.